Hey, I just want to say hello to all my fans out there. This is Jeff Bridges. Me and my personal friend, Randy, Captain Dio, are working on a new movie, and I decided to come over and take a look at his bikes. And by the way, speaking of movies, check out my latest Tron, and check out all my other Oscar-winning films, which I wasn't nominated for. The new movie that we're going to work on is going to be called either The Big Lebowski Reloaded or The Lebowski Brothers. Because Randy sounds a lot and looks a lot like me, except I'm better looking. Isn't that right? You know, Jeff, I'd say, yeah, you're a lot. Plastic surgery does wonders, Jeff, okay? Now let's get on with the negotiations. We've already got the script for the new Lebowski movie. And we're going to have a director, named Dan Slakovich, excuse me, if he's not working on the Titanic 2 or Cleopatra, or one of those big movies. We're going to see if we can get him to do this. But Jeff's come over to... Oh, you got to leave? Okay, we got to go to premiere? Well, good luck on your movie. Tron's a great movie. I love the video game. See you, Randy? Jeff, real nice guy. He can't be on camera because it's against contractual things. Well, anyway, now that he's gone, I am going to take this Honda 1985 Gyro, which I have, and I'm going to tear it down completely. I might even go down to the crankshaft and just rebuild it. I don't have to, because when I bought it last year, it's got 1,900 miles on it. It only had 1,100 miles on it, and it was sitting in a farmer's barn, just like that old Corvette myth about the kid dying in Vietnam and his mom selling his old Chevy for $200, and the guy walks in the barn and it's a brand new 65 Vet. This was sitting at the Honda shop for a year, local Honda shop, and since Americans don't drive mopeds too much, I took a look at it and I said, hell, that is just cool. And then I looked at the problems with it. What had happened with this moped, everything on its stock, is that the guy was out in the wheat fields and he got some dust in the air filters, the air filter. It started not to run right, so he sold it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's right at a time. I get so many people. It's almost like having a Lamborghini. There are so many people, it's really strange, that love this little bike in this town. They only made them in 85 and 86. They only sold them in 85 and 86. And a Gyro is it's 3 wheels. It's got a front wheel. It pivots off of a shaft right down here. It pivots back and forth. This whole top part back and forth. The rear wheels are stationary. It's 50 cc's, oil injected, and it's just a beautiful little rig. And these old people all come up to me and they have the one look on their face. My God, he's got an electric scooter for the road. That's just what I need. And then they come up and they realize it's not electric, but they're still looking at it like, where did you get that? So if Honda was smart, they would maybe re-enter these in our market. Or maybe not, because I kind of like the cachet looks and everything. And then of course I've got my classic 450 Honda-matic, and as you can see, between the Honda and this other Honda, there's just too much busyness going on. So I'm going to take one of my painter's cloths, since I'm a house painter, and put it over this bike. And of course this is my Dio. This is the fastest little bike in my town, and this is what spawned over 5 million views on YouTube. And I want to thank everyone who's watched. And someday this bike may be worth a lot of money. I'm going to have to write down the serial numbers, and maybe it'll be like the bike that the gentleman did in the Faster Indian in Australia, where he was 70 years old and could go 200 miles an hour, and I think that's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Maybe this bike will be like that one day. You know, just who knows how far YouTube's going to go. YouTube is growing by, what is it, 100 million views a day? And it could be growing exponentially. Who knows? Now, as far as my mentioning the great director Dan Solokovich, I met him as a young man. He was brilliant. And I tried to look him up, and I found that he's a real Hollywood movie maker. Me, I'm your backwoods ad-lib maker. But these are my props. I use this every once in a while, or I'll use my camera. I like to take pictures of everything in 1600 by 1200 in close-up range. Therefore, I can put them on Photo Bucket, which I have about 1100 pictures of all aspects of the deal, or I can keep them and look at them years later, and they'll be in high resolution, so it's better to have too much than too little. I mean, that's what my wife keeps saying after she's laughing at me. And then I use this camera. This is my Sony Handcam, and this is another one of my props. Hello, Dan. I'm very old now, but I have still have all my hair. Man, dude, you got the coolest hair. You look like some auteur director out of whoops, sorry about that. Out of Cons. So anyway, hello again, and nice to see you, and I hope that you do very well in all your endeavors and your see if I can do this right. I'm always learning. In your movie making, and I appreciate all the help and advice you've given me. I don't know very much, but I know enough to. I got 5 million views, so I must not be doing that bad. Anyway, Merry Christmas to you and yours, and you got some nice looking babes in there. I got to get into the movie business, really. All right, now let's get back to the work. So I'm going to take this all the way down. I'll take pictures of it first. It is dusty. That's no problem. I want to do before and after. A lot of things on this bike are not available anymore. Like the stickers are not available. These back pieces are not available. The wheels of tires, the Dunlops, are not available, and they came stock, and they're already wearing out because tires don't last 20 years, no matter what they look like. So if you buy an old Lamborghini Countach like I want to have it, and it's got brand new Pirelli, you're looking on them, tell them no way, you don't want them, because the tires, the steel belts separate. Okay, I'm going to post this. And then again, I want to say, give a shout out to my friend Jeff Bridges, who we're going to work on a new concept movie, and I hope you see all of his movies and all of his brothers' movies, Bo Bridges, and also his father's movies, including Airplane, which is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen from 1981, and all of Lloyd Bridges' Reef shows, which brought a lot of happiness to a lot of kids back in the 60s. I want to thank the whole Bridges family, and if Jeff would like to make a movie, I would glad to be in it. The only thing I can say is I'm not cheap, but I can be had. Okay, next video.